Did everyone get a copy of the summary? It's growing in leaps and bounds. The summary report that would have gone out last week now includes the pre-construction information, the Kate Walton Fieldhouse Phase 1 and Phase 2 updates, main building, mechanical update, Solomon early package, Solomon core updates. So it's becoming rather lengthy with pictures, but I just want to make sure everybody's receiving those. Or if there's any questions on any of the information.
Hello, everyone. So, I'll talk a little bit about pre-construction and some activities. We're still doing our due diligence, looking ahead, making sure the bid market is in line with where we thought our previous estimates were for the second phase of efforts. Our team in KSQ and some of the district members were looking ahead and revisiting programs, spaces that were previously drawn, how that ties into the dollars and cents for what we've estimated for the next phase of work. That's our big activity right now. It's taking place for pre-construction. Another component of that ties in a little bit is the SHPO requirements that we've been working on a little bit with MGM and some of the other historic buildings. And Scott, can you talk a little bit about that?
So, if you recall, we continue to work with SHPO, State Historic Preservation Office, to get their final sign-off on the final plan of how we are going to take recognition of MJM and Whiston Tobin. We continue to consult with them, and we, in our last meeting with the district, the Facilities Committee, that long title, we presented some ideas of how we are going to incorporate pieces and parts of MJM into the new building, and how we are going to recognize with a historic marker on the site the MJM. So we're going to be getting in touch with SHPO this week to give them an update on that process, and then through that we will submit something formal to them, and then they'll respond back to us. So we're coming to a close with the documentation part of the process, which is documenting on paper in a very specific manner that they outlined for us, including written text as well as photographic documentation of the buildings. So we should be moving toward finalizing that process next week.
So with that, what's really going on is the new additions and all the other work we're about to start this summer. Robin can talk a little bit about that.
Okay, so again, for the construction updates, the Kate Walton Fieldhouse Phase 2 and the mechanical upgrades for this summer are both in about the same stage. Contracts have gone out, becoming executed, bonds, insurances, and we're currently doing the submittal process underway to get that all set. We expect contractors on site in April for both of these portions. They'll be doing the exterior work only on the field house starting in April, and they'll be doing the work only in the boiler room itself in Maine starting in April. And then again, the updates on the academic floor, we're continuing with the same process, going down through the building. We're at finishes right now. In the East Addition, the epoxy flooring is going in, lockers are already in, it's painted. We've got flooring that will come in after the millwork. We're putting the millwork in the classrooms now. It's already in the science rooms and the prep rooms. And then the West Addition, stair W1, which is the big stair tower at the north end of the West Addition. That work starts Monday or Tuesday of next week to finally go in. Once that goes in, the actual steel stairs go in before the concrete. And then we can close up that end of the building. We're just missing that one. As you go and look up from Broadway, you see the big area that's now still covered with plastic. That's the last curtain wall that comes up on E1. So over the course of the next 6 weeks or so, we'll get into that, and then that window will go in. The elevator's also now going in the west addition. Again, we're still averaging about 80 workers a day on site. It ranges anywhere from 75 to 86 a couple of times. We are looking to get a pre-substantial completion just for the north stair in the east addition after spring break for emergency egress, so that we can use that portion of the building. And we'll be doing work between now and then to prepare so that we can take the staircase that's in the corner of the southeast of Salzman out of commission at spring break. So we're just going to rearrange the egress. Again, looking ahead, VCT flooring, doors and hardware. Our chiller delivery is scheduled now for March 10th. Getting that curtain wall in. The finish of the other curtain walls where we're now using it for access and loading into the building. We're going to close that up the week of March 6th. All of the millwork and everything should be in place by then. So again, some other pictures, but can I show some other? These are the pictures that these are almost a week old. So today when I was down on the site, we tried to get some that were a little more up to date, that show where we're at.
Robin, while they're doing that, what's a chiller?
It's the piece of equipment that's going to bring the cold air and the air conditioning. It's a very large piece of equipment that will sit out in front of the...
It's to air conditioning what a boiler is to a heating system.
It's out
So just tell me, Robin, just tell me and I'll go.
Okay, so basically, as you know, we've already got the casework and the casework going into the science room. This is one of those science rooms. You can see where the teacher's area is and the millwork along the exterior door or wall, sorry. And again, mechanical systems. So we have the condenser, hot water. And go on, I think the next one is, oh no, sorry. I wanted to show you some of the mechanical work, but there's other pictures. This is casework that's in the classroom, a standard classroom casework along the exterior wall. Again, the exterior finishes are complete. They're doing just the top trim work on the east addition above the Nichiha panels, and then at the bump out still has to be done after we close that up. This is the south, or this is the west, so we're all ready to start installing that. All the substrate's been put in place. Those windows are purposely left out. That's where we load material into the building. Classroom, marker board, tack board. This is the mock-up room with the VCT that's in place. Above ceiling, mechanical, plumbing, wiring, everything that once we get the ceilings in, you'll never know is up there. Again, more casework along the exterior wall in the classrooms. Most of these are just set in place now. They're not finally attached or anything, but we're getting them spread throughout the third floor of the east addition. And of course, we have fans going, trying to keep the place dry and temperature controlled. And then you can see the lockers. Again, this is the area I was talking about on the curtain wall that will be closed up the week of March 6th, after all of the millwork is in place. And as you know, that the outside covering on the bump out, again, is just a protective cover. It's not the final look of the building. It's the science prep room area. Boiler rooms, brand new boilers in place. This is where we're going to go in from the east addition into Salzman itself. We have both a staircase and a ramp, and all of the ceramic tile work is now done on the top couple of floors, and most of the ceramic tile is in. Top couple floors is grouted, sealed, the whole 9 yards. And again, this is the southwest, and that is also just protective coverage, and you have the sunshades and everything are all in place outside of that. This is the north stair tower. This is what we're going to open up here. This will become the emergency egress after spring break. So we're going to put in sidewalk and we're going to put in some asphalt across here. And then the students will empty the building here, come over to the main sidewalk and go out to the front. This is where the chiller here is going to sit. We're pouring a concrete pad here, and this is where that piece of equipment will sit as well. And again, we finally reached the corner. And they're just doing the trim work up on top right now. Oh, solid surface windowsills. You're gonna love them when you come over. It's so nice. I know we have solid surface windowsills now that are being placed in every windowsill of the building. West is a little bit further behind. And again, we have all of the, this is actually a special ed classroom. Oh, I'm sorry. This is a classroom that's located at the end, on the south end of both of the additions, whether they're used for special ed, but I'm not sure what every classroom is going to be used for. But this area here, as you're looking down the hall, this is where the accent colored glass goes in. So as you're looking down the hall, you won't be able to see into that classroom, but you'll see an accent piece there. And that's just up on the roof looking at the west addition. And this is the window. This is the last curtain wall to go in. That's my E window. I expect that in over about the next 6 weeks or so. That's where the stair tower is. West addition. And I think that's probably it. Anything that you want to add with what we have going on?
We're excited. I mean, it's quite an undertaking that you move forward with, and we are ecstatic, and I can't imagine how you must feel. So.
Any questions? Thank you.
Thank you.